I guess from my purely medical perspective, there are two things to think about really in terms of vaccine decisions. There's the question of how safe it is and the question of how effective it's going to be. And I suppose the pragmatic issue of considering the risks of either having it or not having it. So everything in life is a balance of risks. There's a risk, every decision you make has a risk of going one way or the other. And it's a question of finding the path forward that carries the least overall risk. So in terms of the safety, we know that patients with blood cancer in general have a weakened immune system. There's a lot of variation between different patients depending on what disease they've got and what treatment they've had and how long ago the treatment was. But as a rule of thumb, we advise avoiding live vaccines in blood cancer, in patients with blood cancer. But the COVID vaccines are not live in the sense that they don't replicate, they don't divide. So although there's very limited information specifically in patients with blood cancer, there's no reason to think that they should be any more risky or have any more side effects in that population. So I think that's a really important sort of take-home message. There are questions in relation to how effective they might be, and there are reasons to think that they might not be as effective at least in some patients with blood cancer compared to healthy people. We don't know that for sure. But I think there's still a good chance that there will be some protection, and that it'll help some people at least fight coronavirus more effectively than they would otherwise do. So when you put those two things together, and I'm not just speaking for myself, but it's true of the whole medical community really. I think we're all strongly recommending that the balance of risks and benefits is really firmly in favour of having the vaccine, and it's hard to find a reason not to have it. So that's the purely medical perspective on it.